All right, everyone, welcome to Jasper's History Facts. Da-na-na. Well, today is December the 1st. On this day in 1959, Rosa Parks refused to give her seat up to a white passenger on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, which would then lead to her arrest, sparking a 381-day bus boycott led by Martin Luther King Jr. This is a pretty well-known event during the American Civil Rights Crisis. You could call it that, or struggle, or whichever of those titles you'd like to give it. But this happens, obviously, black people, and not even just them, but other people that are not us, kind of thing. That mentality would have many laws written against them. Black people specifically had probably some of the worst out of everyone. It's more easily able to point to them and be like, they're not like us. So they had it the worst in some cases, in a lot of cases actually. But Rosa Parks, just a simple woman, decides she's not going to give up her seat on this bus, and she gets arrested, and then has all this happen to her, and people are obviously pretty upset because it's a little ridiculous. First off, like a whole thing of, oh well, if you're a black person you have to sit in the back of the bus and a white person sits in the front. Like, that's a stupid policy. It doesn't even make sense in the sense of, like, I don't know, it's a dumb policy. It was just a policy to say, oh, let's disenfranchise them without breaking the law, because it would be breaking the law if they were not necessarily allowed on public transit like a bus. But if you segregate them, that is legal. So you can segregate them all you want. Private institutions are more able to easily segregate, but that back then. But public, not as much. The government has some laws to try to make things better, but not quite any at this point. Rosa Parks obviously is a huge figure in the American civil rights because of all this. And what I always think is so weird, because you hear about all these historical events, especially I'm not old enough to have ever been around at this time, just gonna be honest, but you hear about all these events and you think, oh well, this was so long ago. I know that wasn't that long ago, but it sounds like it. And you forget that Rosa Parks lived until 2005. And now you know.